So what's in your tool bag? I gotta tell you, I don't get to run many service calls anymore. I'm spending a lot of time in a studio doing social media. But I gotta tell you what, I love having my bag and carrying the right tools in with me whenever I go into a house. So what I'm gonna do is actually show you, for the most part, what I've got in my tool bag. Now this video is not sponsored by Vito, but I gotta tell you what, I love the Vito Protect pack that I have, and I got the blackout version, and I actually ordered this. I mean, I paid for it. I'm excited to tell you about it. And I had a lot of people in the last video say, look, if they're gonna sponsor it, you should tell us. They didn't sponsor this. I actually bought this bag. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanna do things with Vito. I think they're a good product. But this one's a little different. I like this. Number one, I've never had a tool bag like this. I've done buckets, I've done big toolboxes. I've never really been a bag guy, except for maybe just an old canvas bag that opened up like a big mouth bag. That's what I want from. But I'm just gonna kind of go through here and look, all these little pockets are great for washers, for screws, for replacement wheels for your cutters, a lot of different things. And I've already gone through this bag, so I'm not gonna give y'all just a ton of details about it. I know I've got a little crescent wrench up in here. Yep. But little pockets like that, man, they're all over this thing and it's great. And look, I'm a scuba diver, so I love having the D-rings. But I've got my striker on here, I got a solder, I've got a roll of blue tape, I've got a mechanical pencil, and I got my tape measure. Now, you've got room in here for your reamer. You've got room in here for all kinds of different things. Now, I've got a completely different solder bag, but I do keep a striker on here because I think I keep strikers on most of my bags. That way, I know I've always got one. Now, I have some people complain in my videos. They'll say, look, and I'm pretty sure this one. They say, man, his tools are brand new. You know he doesn't even use them. Now, I gotta tell you, I love channel locks, and you're right, I don't use them a lot, but I carry a pair of end cutters and side cutters with me all the time. I've got like a little mini pointed vice grip to get into certain areas, and man, these come in handy. I like these because they have the long needle nose on them, and these can actually get you in some areas that are really crazy. And yes, as you see, they're scratched up and dirty. I do use them. I wanna get these out because I love these. I've got little bitty mini crescent wrenches and channel locks. And look, these are things that I use a lot. And I probably keep them in every bag that I've got too. And I do stuff like that for a reason, because they always come in handy. And it really doesn't matter which bag you've got with you. It's nice to have some tools just with you all the time. I've got, of course, a flashlight that I may need to change the batteries on. See, this one here's been giving me problems. Anyway, I've got a flashlight. Always carry a box cutter. I love the little rigid stop wrench. I use this on toilets and this does come in handy. And you know, I talked to you about the long needle nose a while ago. Here's one thing that I really like about this. This has actually saved me problems before, and I've only used it a few times, but as you can tell, it's rusty. I've actually reached down into a hub drain and pulled, it looked like a piece of clothes hanger or something that somebody had dropped down in there, but it was clogging things up. And I remember when I saw this at the hardware store, I thought, man, that'll come in handy one day, and that's exactly what I did with it, and it's great. Now guys, look, if y'all are starting out, if you're just starting out as a plumber, or any tradesperson really for that matter, you don't have to have all these things. I understand that I like to have different size channel locks, crescent wrenches, screwdrivers, things like that. And it's just, to me, it's nice to have an assortment. And over the years, I've got it. And some people will tell you, well, man, I don't want to carry that heavy bag around. And here's the thing, you really don't have to carry it around with you all the time, but it's nice to walk into a house and know when I carry my bag in, I've got a level, I've got a file, I've got channel locks, I've got crescent wrenches, I've got most of the things that I need. So, you know, I've got the assortment up here of wrenches and this and that. I've always got a basin wrench with me. I've always got cutters, and I've probably got more than one pair. I know I've got the 15s in here. I know I've also got some mini cutters. But the thing is, I tell you what I've gotten into, and I don't think I even have them in here. I think they're in my other bag. But the little just wraparound cutters, the cutters you put on, spin around. I love those things. Those are actually new, and I'm really enjoying getting to use them. Multiple levels, and I carry these because, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm working on a relay. It doesn't matter if I'm just working on a trap arm or anything like that. I've always got levels with me. You know, I told you about my file. I keep a 4-way file with me all the time, and I know you are thinking it's not used, but it is. This is just one of the newer ones. And, you know, I always like to carry my Allen wrench sets. As you can see, these are old and ragged and starting to freeze up a little bit, and I probably don't oil them as much as I should. But I've got a big set and a little set of Allen wrenches, and these things come in handy because with all the faucets, with all the set screws and different things, whether you're talking a lavatory faucet, a tub and shower valve, whatever it is, man, you never know what size Allen wrench you're gonna need. And that's one thing I like about these sets. And don't get me wrong, they're a pain sometimes because they're big and awkward and they don't always get where you wanna go, but they do come in handy. Oh, found something else. Now, that's a good tool to have with you, and I wouldn't have been able to find that. I normally keep this on one of the outsides, but the garbage disposal wrench, man, that has come in so handy to unstop a disposal or unjam one. Not unstop it, but to unjam a disposal. And the cool thing about my Vito Pro Pack, this is just one side. Now, I do love my Basin Wrench, and this one here is the lighted one from Rigid. I love this thing. Now, I'm an old school plumber, so I've had an old Basin wrench for years, but I like this. And one thing that I really love about this one is the fact that you take it apart on the bottom and put a socket wrench if you need to. Luckily, I've never had that problem. The leverage that they give you on the T-handle down at the bottom is great. Always works well for me. But a Basin wrench is one of those tools that if you're not a plumber and you've never used one, you really don't know how good and how handy it comes in. And I think that's really everything that I've got on this side. So let me close up this side. Now this is the front side. And man, I gotta tell you, if you have not tried one of these bags yet, check them out. They really are pretty cool. The thing I like about it is you can carry it like a backpack. Like I said, I'm a scuba diver, so I love the D-rings, different straps to be able to do different things. But, and you got a secret compartment up here, and I call it that. It's really not, but I like the way they designed it where you can open up the back side of it too. This one's cool because I got my voltage meter in here for testing water heaters and any electronic faucets, anything like that. I've got my specialty tools up here, my picks for digging into tub and shower valves, getting into washers, maybe set screws. I've had a set screw come out of the back of, I guess it was a Price Pfister. And man, it took forever to get it out, but I was actually able to do it with my little specialty tools. This is cool. Because what this is like an 11-in-1, a multi-nut driver set. It's big and bulky and it's probably heavier than most people want to carry, but I like the fact that you've got so many different size nut drivers right here with you in one little tool. And I've got part of my mowing cartridge wrench right here, and there's the other half of it there. And I love to carry that with me. I do carry a lot of specialty stuff with me. I've got my little extractors and things like that. I've got different kinds because they come in handy. Got my little multi-tool wrench right here. And this is another one. I don't use it a lot, but I love having it with me just because of the different things that you can do with it. One of my other extractors. These little things come in handy. And when you get a tool like this, it'll do multiple things. It makes it really nice because you don't have to carry, 10 different tools with you. You've got just a couple that can actually go in and do a lot of things. And I really do love that. Another one that I've got down in here, multi-screwdriver. This here's the Torx head. Another 4-in-1 over here. But then my water heater wrench. And I got to tell you, I remember the first time I tried removing an element and I didn't have a water heater wrench with me. I fought it forever. I finally got it done, but man, it was a pain. My little voltmeter is probably one of my favorites. There's a lot of plumbers that don't know how to use these for going in and testing water heaters and doing things like that. But I gotta tell you, it's a good tool to have. It really does come in handy and it'll help you out. Another big one that comes in handy is a mirror. And I know that's funny because some plumbers just don't worry about it. They're like, man, I'll crawl around there or whatever. I like having a mirror, and mine actually has a light on it. And it's nice to be able to look at the back side of things. If you're looking for a solder joint, you're trying to see where a leak is, things like that. These really do come in handy. I've got a seat tool, which is a good thing to have, both square and hex. I've got my stem wrenches and stuff like that down in here. I told you that I always have multiple sizes of crescents. Also, I like to have some the same size in case you need to get on both sides of a union or something. I've got my mini wrench, another screwdriver. Mini hacksaw comes in handy, great tool to have. There's so many things that you can put in a tool bag. And guys, I'll tell you this, as a plumber, you're gonna gather a lot of tools along the way over the years. And depending on where you're at, what you specialize in, or maybe what part of the country you're in, you're gonna all wanna have different things. I've got the mowing cartridge puller. Maybe that's something you don't ever use. So if you don't, it's something you'd never need in your bag. I like the little pockets and stuff like that. Now, I don't have a lot of things in them. I've got a pencil sharpener and a few things here and there. But the tool bag itself, I love it because this lets me carry in the things that I feel I need to carry in when I want to do my job. And when I walk into a customer's house, I want them to understand, look, I came to work. I don't want to walk in empty-handed and not have anything with me. It doesn't look like I came to do anything. And I know that sounds funny, but I want them to understand, look, I'm here for you. And if I just come in, look around for a while, then I go out and find some tools and then come back, it's like I'm milking it. It's like I'm taking a long time to do a job. When you show up at somebody's house, you want them to know you came prepared to do something. And to me, it doesn't matter what trade you're in. Show them you came to do your job. Now, if there's something in my bag that you think either, why in the heck does he have that? Or you looked in my bag and thought, man, why don't you have one of these? Remember, I'm normally in a truck or a van that has more tools, more tool bags. I definitely carry more than one bag. I love it because, I look at a lot of guys on social media and they're like, man, I've got 20 different tool bags for 20 different things. I try to get a little more detailed and get focused on, look, what can I carry in somebody's house and take care of 90% of the problems. And I love that I can do all that right here in one bag. Now, if you say, well, this bag's too big, it's too heavy, man, it is. I can't disagree with you. But I want a good quality bag and I've got good quality tools in it. And to me, that makes a big difference. Now, they make a smaller one, and actually I'm going to get it and see what I can do with it. So, if you have not tried the Vito Pro Pack, and I definitely recommend it. I have enjoyed this thing since I've got it. The few things about it I wish I'd have done is like you can embroider it. You can put your company logo on it. You can put your name on it. You can do a lot of different things. You can also get tags for it. It's almost like dog tags. Same thing, have your name on it and stuff like that. I don't think any of my guys that ever steal it from me, so I'm not really worried about it. But if you ever carry it into a customer's house, you want to make sure you carry it back out with you. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you like these bags? Do you like any of the bags like them? Or if you've used a different bag that you really think is amazing, let me know, what do you carry your tools in? And look, I've used everything from a 5-gallon bucket to now one of the best bags I've ever had. Let me know what you use. Anyway, I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.